Hi first graders, I have our I Can statement here ready to go because we've been working with it for a couple of days now and we're going to continue practicing today. It says, I can use a tape diagram to solve story problems. You did some with myself a couple days ago. You did some more yesterday with Miss Combs, and today we're going to now mix up the two types of story problems that we were working on. Either the whole unknown or the part unknown story problems, and you're going to continue practicing using the tape diagram to help you solve. The tape diagram is great because it helps us solve more than one kind of problem. So let's go ahead and get started. All you'll need is your lesson 21 problem set. Okay, I'm on lesson 21, and you want to make sure you see number 1 here with the name Rose next to it to make sure you're on the first page of that lesson 21 problem set. You also need your pencil to write with, so go ahead and grab those things, find your page, and we will go ahead and get started. In order to be successful with solving these story problems, remember we are using the RDW process. Do you remember what R stands for? If you guessed read, you're right. We need to first read the problem. But Mrs. Garris advises you should read it twice. Okay. The D, do you know what the D stands for? Draw. Good. We're going to draw a picture. Today our picture drawing is represented with a tape diagram. We're practicing that strategy. And then our W, remember that W? Read, draw, and write. Okay, we need to write our number sentence. And we need to write our statement. Remember, those statements right now are partially done for you, so you just have to put in your answer. All right, now we're going to slide our math book in the mix here and get started. Now, when I said they are mixing up the two types of problems today, what I mean is in some story problems, we might know two parts, like 6 plus 3 equals something, okay? This is called the whole is unknown. We don't know the whole number. We know two parts we put together. We call this a put together problem. But some we might know one part, like 7 plus something. And we might know that the whole number is 14. Okay, so you see the difference. Here is our part unknown, or our missing part, or we might have a whole unknown. Okay, so we're going to have to figure out in each problem, are they asking us to find a part or are they asking us to find a whole? All right, and either way we can use the tape diagram to help us with that. Let's take a peek at number 1. Remember, they're reminding us to use the RDW process. We're going to read the story problem once, just listening, and then we will read it again and begin our drawing. Rose drew 7 pictures and Willie drew 11 pictures. How many pictures did they draw altogether? Okay, so just listened to that one. Now the second time through, read it with me, and then we'll start our drawing. Rose drew 7 pictures and Willie drew 11 pictures. How many pictures did they draw altogether? Ooh, so we know Rose drew some and Willie drew some. Do we know how many both of them drew? Yes, we do. We know 2 parts here, don't we? How many did Rose draw? 7. Good. Let's start our tape diagram. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, remember, we're going to draw them somewhat small because we have to be able to fit more on the other side. And we're going to put a rectangle around them and label that 7. Okay, now we have Willie. How many drawings or pictures did Willie draw? There it is, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wowzers. This is why we have to do those circles big enough that we can see, but still small enough we can fit them all in there. So we have 11 and we have 7. And the question asks us how many pictures did they draw all together. And this big word means I'm going to be putting these two parts together to find one total. Let's write our number sentence. If we take Rose's pictures, 7, right? Plus Willie's pictures, 11, we're going to get our whole number. Okay, 7 plus 11. Now, if I'm going to use a count-on strategy here, I'm going to start with my bigger number, put that in my head, 11, and count 7 more. So let's go ahead and do that. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay? We started the writing part of our RDW, right? We did our number sentence. Now we must write the statement. The statement I actually don't have to write all of. We just have to put our answer. They drew 18 pictures. Okay? And don't forget to add that to your tape diagram too. Okay, so this one, as you can see where my box was a whole unknown. We put two parts together, the put together to make a whole. That was that type of problem. Let's see what the next one, number 2, is. We have Darnell on number 2. Darnell walked 7 minutes to Lee's house. Then he walked to the park. Darnell walked for a total of 18 minutes. How many minutes did it take Darnell to get to the park? Ooh, interesting question. Okay, so we have Darnell who is walking. He walked 7 minutes to Lee's house. Okay, so we know that part. He walked 7 minutes to Lee's house. Then he walked to the park. Ooh, they did not tell us how many minutes that took, right? Darnell walked for a total, big word. Another word for total is whole number. Okay, he walked for a total of 18 minutes. How many minutes did it take Darnell to get to the park? Wow. Okay, so let's start our tape diagram here. We know Darnell walked for 7 minutes to Lee's house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, there's 7. Then we know he walked to the park, but we don't know how long or how much. We do know that our total is how many minutes of walking. 18, right? Darnell walked for a total of 18 minutes. How many minutes did it take Darnell to get to the park? So picture this. He walked 7 minutes to Lee's house. Then he walked some more to get to the park. We don't know how many more, do we? Okay, so we have to figure that out. Let's maybe try writing our number sentence. He walked 7 minutes to Darnell's, plus, look at, here's our other part. Anything there? Nope, it's a missing part. 7 plus something will give us all 18 minutes that Darnell walked. So now it's up to us to figure out what with 7 gives us 18. Okay, let's try to figure it out. We're at 7, we need to get up to 18. I'm going to draw a circle every time I count. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Oh, I had just enough space. If you didn't, that's okay. Just erase and fill in the rest of that rectangle. Okay, now I don't know how many circles I just added, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Ooh. 7 plus 11 equals 18. So it took Darnell blank minutes to get to the park. How many minutes? Not 18. That was total. We wanted our missing part. 11. Good job. So now you see, we had one part where we had to put, or one question where we had to put two parts together to find the whole. And we've now had a question where we had a part and a whole. We had to find the missing part. Okay, now it's just gonna, it might switch on us for the rest of the time. So let's do a couple more together. Emmy has some goldfish. Tamra has 14 betta fish. Tamra and Emmy have 19 fish in all. How many goldfish does Emmy have? Okay, so sometimes story problems try to put in words to maybe confuse us a little bit by telling us Emmy has goldfish and Tamra has betta fish, and so then we're kind of thinking about two different fish, but then they just say fish. Okay? All they're saying here is Emmy has some fish, Tamra has some fish. How many? And they have 19 fish in all. So our job is to figure out how many goldfish Emmy has. Okay? So Emmy has some goldfish. Do we know how many? Nope. Okay? Tamra has 14 betta fish. So do we know how many Tamra has? She has 14 fish. Let's draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. All right. Don't forget to label. Okay. So Emmy has some more. We don't know how many, right? But do we know our whole number? Let's read again. Tamra and Emmy have 19 fish in all. And all is a word that helps me understand they're talking about a total number or a whole number. They have 19 fish in all. Let's write our number sentence to help us find our answer. So we know one friend has 14 fish, and Emmy has some more, but we don't know how many. And all together they have 19 fish. So let's figure out how many more gets us from 14 up to 19. Ready? Get your pencil ready. We're at 14. We're going to count up to 19. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Ooh, okay. How many circles did we draw? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that must mean this 5 is whose fish? Yes, it's Emmy's fish. Emmy has blank goldfish. We found the missing part. It was 5. Awesome, awesome. You ready to try one on your own? Turn that page. Number 4, here at the top, I want you to try on your own, and then you can check your work with mine. I will read the problem to you probably 3 times just to make sure that you've heard it. The first time I read it, just listen and picture it in your mind. Then the second time I read it, you may start your work. Shanika built a block tower using 14 blocks. Then she added 4 more blocks to the tower. How many blocks are there in the tower now? Okay, thanks for listening. Now you can start your tape diagram while I read it a second time. Shanika built a block tower using 14 blocks. Then she added 4 more blocks to the tower. How many blocks are there in the tower now? Okay, so in my mind I see Shanika, she has a block tower that's 14 blocks big. But then she put 4 more blocks on the tower. How many blocks are on the tower now? Okay, go ahead and try to get that drawing of your tape diagram done. And your number sentence and answer, I'll give you a couple minutes of quiet work time. Then we'll go over the answers. All right. Hopefully you've been able to start your drawing. Since we picture Shanika's tower, it has 14 blocks on it to start. So we should have part of our tape diagram with 14. Then what did she do? She added 4 more. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right. That is a big tower. Don't forget to label. We had 14 blocks to start. She added 4 more. If you have 14 and you add 4 more, that's also like 10 and 4 plus 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. So 18 is the total now. If you wrote your number sentence, we knew both of the parts. We did not know the whole number. Once we counted on or added 14 plus 4, we understood our whole number, or the tower is now 18 blocks tall. The tower is made of 18 blocks, is what that should say. You got it correct? Great job! Give yourself a big pat on the back. If you didn't, we'll do one more together. On this one, I want you to listen to me read it, and then you can pause to do your work. Once you're finished with your work and you want to double check, then you may push play. Okay? Nikhil's tower is 15 blocks tall. He added some more blocks to his tower. His tower is 18 blocks tall now. How many blocks did Nikhil add? Okay. Nikhil's tower is 15 blocks tall. He added some more blocks to his tower. Some more. We don't know how many he added. His tower is 18 blocks tall now. How many blocks did Nikhil add? So, pause me now to do your work if you want to check your answer once you're all finished. If you've pushed play now, it's hopefully because you've tried this on your own and you're ready to check your work. In your tape diagram, you should have 15 as a part. We know Nikhil's tower started with 15 blocks. Then it says he added some more blocks to his tower. I do not know how many more, but I do know that once he did, his tower is 18 blocks tall now. So I know that 15 plus some more he added gave him 18 blocks total. I'm going to count on from 15 to 18 to find how many more. 15, 16, 17, 18. 3. 15 plus 3 equals 18. So Nikhil added 3 blocks. All right, that was a lot of work, first graders. Way to stick with it with me. I'm going to give you 2 story problems in your exit ticket today. I am not going to use the exit ticket from the book, so you'll have to do them on Seesaw. However, if you want to draw your work on a piece of paper or a whiteboard for the problems and then take a picture, we are always okay with that. Okay? All right, you'll have to decide if you have a missing whole number in these exit ticket problems today or if you have a missing part like Nikhil. So head over to Seesaw to see those story problems, and good luck.